then it's dipping for 10 minutes after. Yeah, so let's give this. Oh, that's what the book.
System with small arms fire. ASP is out of commission. Interface with that panel. A quick hack should get you in.
Hey, let's go. Never a dull moment, huh?
Oh yeah, today's just full of surprises.
Welcome to our lesson, The Future of You. Please check in at reception with your party.
I'll get us in. These bodies have been here for a few days. Must have been before the attack on the Black Station.
This look like Taylor's work, Hendricks?
Maybe. Single shots to the head. But in all honesty, you have to know how dumb a question that is. Of course it's Taylor's work. CIA sent them here because these goons were sniffing around.
Hey,
Pay no heed, Kane. Just in a really bad mood.
I'm picking up an EMF source in the area. Likely a small electronic device. Could be on one of the bodies.
got it. Uploading data. Anything useful?
The looters didn't just stumble in here. They were tipped off by the CDP.
Activating recon drone.
Message received and understood, Hendricks. Syncing drone mapping coordinates to your HUD.
Why is your friends
Hey.
in the chat?
You know what they say about staring into the abyss?
If
Let's go.
they're not even doing anything. Actually, no, actually, I feel like we could keep going anyway.
Stick to the ledge. That's a long way down. I'll take point.
The footage we saw of the killings. You still think it was fake?
I've known Taylor a long time. I can't see how he could have done it. Especially carving them up like that.
Or maybe he wasn't the person we thought he was.
Even so, doesn't explain Hall, Moretti, and Diaz. Why would they go along?
We'll get to the bottom of this. One way or another.
Shoot. 54I are already ahead of us. What do you think we should do?
I think it's time we introduce ourselves.
You trying to send us down a rabbit hole, Kane?
I just want the same thing you do, Hendricks. To shut this situation down before it gets any worse.
Watch your step. This place ain't exactly stable.
I'll be right back. I think I heard my name being called. Hey, I'm back.
What's making the robots behave this way?
Could be some kind of power surge.
That power surge isn't normal. I got the door. Go in there and take point.
Hey, could someone be plugged into the building systems? Controlling the robots?
It's unlikely that any systems are operational after the disaster. Look, we don't have any idea what's down there.
Recon drone says they came through here. Anyone want to bet 100 against us finding some messed up stuff down here? What the? Whoa! Whoa!
Hendricks, they're targeting you!
Okay.
Drone says they came through here. Anyone want to bet 100 against us finding some messed up stuff down here? What the? Whoa! Whoa!
Hendricks, they're targeting you!
Doesn't make sense. Who's controlling these robots?
I don't know. Triangulating a source. No luck yet. I'll keep trying.
All right, sending recon drone ahead. Let's see how far down this rabbit hole goes.
Limited light ahead. Recommend switching to EV.
Acknowledged.
wanting to play The Sims 4 on console. That's right. I actually just got a PS5. I've been putting it off for literally like 3 years, and I finally got one. I thought, you know what? The Sims 4 is on this. What is it like to play The Sims 4 on console? Can I handle it? In order to make this work, I've had to like change my webcam to this like old webcam that I used to use when I first started. Like genuinely, this has been the toughest thing for me to try and like convert this.
Guys, I'm trying to find a way to get down there. I'm not sure.
Anyway, from another side, here we are, The Sims 4, and here I am, Satchel Sims. I'm excited. I'm really excited. Even the menu, The Sims 4 on PC and Mac could never. Look, they've even updated the home screen. The home screen looks different to the PC one. Oh my god, PC forever. I'm going to be virtual console player. I think the loading screens, this is so exciting. Do you agree to sell your soul? Well, something that I do find really interesting is that you've got to link it to your EA account, so they know which packs you bought for The Sims 4 on console, but they don't link it to the packs that you've got on your PC. So yeah, it says that I own literally none of the packs, which I just think is crazy. So the easiest part of The Sims, I say easiest, the first part of The Sims 4, Emily, fuck off. I don't want you, Emily, please leave me alone. The easiest part, I would say, gas is easy, okay, it's incredibly easy. So shall we try and change The Sims? I want to change his face. Should we? I don't think we can. Do we just have to do the default looks? I think we've just got to deal with the default looks, you know? I don't think it's the most right thing. Oh wait, we're in cursor mode. I figured out how to do cursor mode. So if I just got to like, okay, it's taking me off cursor mode. So we've just got to change it like this. Then I'm going to go back to cursor mode, but then that's taking me off cursor mode. And I go backwards. So how can we drag the face? See that you can drag it like this. Now guys, not being funny, this is like the most difficult thing I've done in my life. How are console players coping? I don't understand how you guys cope. I'm going to remove his glasses. There we go. I don't understand how console players cope because I feel like giving up already. I'll be honest, I do really, really want to give up. It's just too much. Yeah. Not being funny, I'm just going to randomize me. I can't fucking handle. Don't cancel this game. It is so horrendous. Gosh, now my change is close name. Derek Henderson. Lovely to meet you. I'm even going to put on randomizer rates at this point. I can't handle it. So we've got Willow Creek, Oasis rates in the US. We're going to be
Is this how?
East. Okay, we're going to go to Willow Creek. Golf bit, okay. I'm actually trying to use no mouse on the screen. Anyway, I think we should be really brave and go to Bargain Bend and build a house. And this is going to be really tough, but I'm excited. I'm not excited really, I'm kind of dreading it. Emily, I really wish you'd piss off, Emily. I'm just not interested. I'm so uninterested. You can give me space, understand my boundaries. How do we change to build mode? Right, it's not telling me. Gosh, look at this. Do we have the Sims 3 camera? Because I can't handle this camera, Jesus. No, we just have free cam build mode. Emily, please! Emily, fucking please! So, I'd love to tell you how to move the camera. Like, I can swivel it. Do I have to, like, do this with the mouse cursor? How annoying. Guys, if you're playing on console, just get a mouse and a keyboard. I'm not being funny. I can't believe EA have just released The Sims 4 on console. Like, for those of you who are too young to remember, in previous Sims games, we didn't have The Sims 4 on console. Like, the main title Sims game was on console like this. They have their own separate standalone games. I'm sure some of you have heard of, like, The Herbs or Busting Out. So that's basically what we used to play back in the day. We didn't have any of this where they've literally just put The Sims 4 but on a console. It was all a little bit different. Because here's the thing, this is very clearly feeling like a PC experience on the console. It doesn't feel like a console experience, which is why everything is so bloody janky. I don't even know any of this Sims game. Like, I can understand my boundaries. How do we go into how do we change to build mode?
Yeah, I'm back.
It's not telling me. Look at this. Do we have the Sims 3 camera? Because I can't handle this camera, Jesus. No, we just have free cam build mode. Emily, please! Emily, fucking please! So, I'd love to tell you how to move the camera. Like, I can swivel it. Do I have to, like, do this with the
I should have paid attention where he went.
Genuinely less than 60 seconds to just do it in The Sims 4 on the PC, but it's taking me so much longer. So obviously, if you think that was fun, now we've got to do the roof. I don't even know if I want to do it. Okay, well, we've got a square. I wonder if you can replicate. You can. It is very finicky with the controls and everything around. There was also a controversy a few years ago where the Sims team decided to completely change the way console controls worked, and like basically everyone explained, but they were unable
Oh,
to
I'm
because we just
stupid.
messed up. It was very
I'm stupid.
Let's
I wasted
hustle.
like
Recon drone ain't gonna wait on us.
a couple of minutes. Good
I
job.
think it's because you're playing the PC experience on and it's just not optimized to be honest. Just looking from gas bill, I mean, I didn't give up.
Kane, we lost the feed. Problem at your end?
Negative. Blueprints ended the silo's floor. Without the drone, we're blind.
Something must have taken it out.
Keep moving. GPS coordinates put the alarm just up ahead.
You just know Roger Renee is going to be on console too, which is just so funny. Like, it's going to be PC mobile and console experience. It'll be an absolute train wreck. I can't wait to see
Kane, we found the recon drone.
I mean, something that we haven't done
Well,
yet
it's fun
that we
while it
can
lasted.
try is...
Hold up. Let me get a closer look at that sign.
You recognize it?
The designation suggests a CIA black project.
Well, if this was here at the time of the disaster, they wouldn't have been able to send in a cleanup crew.
Until Taylor.
I think someone wants some secrets buried.
Do you know what I'm going to do? Something I never ever do. I'm going to
Blood trails lead this way.
Auto windows by room. I am so demotivated to try and window up this shit. I just can't handle it, so I'm actually going to auto window insufficient wall width. What are you talking about? I don't know what I'm doing with the camera. I feel like a boob.
一阳之味道，此去东来。
Do feel like a boomer with this shit, and it's not my fault. They won't let me auto-place windows there, so that was traumatic. So, I mean, we tried to window it. Let's go
What's
on
going
the
on here,
inside
Kane?
of the house. Love the auto-window placement, the EA's excellent AI, the innovative AI did really good with those windows. I'm very impressed. I'm sure
What the?
Doing this, we're using a toilet door, it's the toilet door, which makes sense, but it's also a bit weird. Okay, we're going to so this is where we want to try and actually furnish the house kitchen. I don't know if I can out to the kitchen. This thing is actually a lot less kitchen. So apparently they just optimize it. Now, did you know apparently the reason why the Sims is in a bit of a state is obviously because it was rushed to release with development blah blah blah. But a big issue with the Sims 4 was simply that they actually have to optimize everything for console to the point where the game is like, you know, it could be better on PC, but because of console, the game has to be worse, and a lot of Sims get very sensitive about that. Such a Sims is console playophobic. Yes, I am console playophobic. This is not a bullshit. I've never had such a player experience in my life. I just feel like the Sims console, it needs to have its own special console game, like we have all the previous
Stay alert.
iterations. Just
We don't know what's down here.
What's going on with these robots?
I'm gonna. Okay, I
I've
figured
never
out the
seen
cheat
any
window.
robot behavior like that.
I am
It's not
gonna
in their
cheat
programming.
us a lot
Somehow
of
they've gone
money.
rogue from their
Did that
preset
work?
parameters.
No. Okay, it glitched. Should we try again? Mother load. Done. I was gonna say cheat us some money, but for some reason it's just not working. So, we're gonna go on the gallery. Can we not use the
Okay.
gallery?
According to the GPS, the source of the signal should be through there.
I mean, we've got some things. Single mum tiny home, created by the Sims 4 community. Can console players not access the gallery? Shut up. I always thought this is horrendous. I'm downloading a single. I can't even afford
What is this?
Hendricks, check those control panels. I may be able to pull something from the local drives.
Okay, Kane. You're in.
This shouldn't even be here. DNI human trials weren't even underway at the time of the accident. At least not officially.
I don't think these people volunteered.
They're all hardwired into a central server.
Jason, wasn't he our mark? This makes no sense. This doesn't make sense. If he's dead, why are we finding a bunch of slaughtered CIA matching his MO?
Give us a minute, Kane. CIA brings us in, assigns us an unknown contact, and then we just happen upon a CIA ops site? That makes sense to you?
What are you saying, Hendricks?
I don't know yet. Just keep your eyes and ears open, especially around Kane.
All right.
Everything okay, Hendricks?
Yeah, Kane, we're good.
Okay. I'm seeing network activity from a server room a few floors down.
Hey, can't be a coincidence. Let's move.
Lights out ahead. Switch to your EV.
Copy that.
Picking up radiation in there. Move slow. It may play havoc with your optics and core systems.
Rooms. I can see why starred rooms.
Playing console on Sims 4 is easy.
Help me get up here. Maybe I can find a way to get that door open.
You just suck.
Actually really useful if you're a console player because you don't actually have to worry about making a broken sound.
Need a hand. Ain't getting that door open from down here.
Sliding into the bedroom. We're doing this because we need to. Oh no, he's uncomfortable because it's so much.
You got the door open, Hendricks.
I didn't open it.
We got more test subjects in here.
They're in the water!
Open, Hendricks.
I didn't open it.
Ready to meet your neighbors. I can't believe people play this on console. Still can't get over it.
Yeah,
We
We got more test
Come here.
subjects in here.
Come on, baby.
They're in the water!
Open, Hendricks.
I didn't open it.
We got more test subjects in here.
They're in the...
Brother, they want to instantly hit him. No.
Open, Hendricks.
I didn't open it.
We got more test subjects in here.
They're in the water!
Where you are. I stay. No.
Open, Hendricks.
I didn't open it.
So that's good. Yes. Okay. Much though. I'm gonna show off my muscles to Liberty Lee.
We got more test subjects in here.
They're in the water!
What?
Sims 2 and 3 era console games. You see,
I didn't open it.
We got more test subjects in here.
They're in the water!
I just want to shag Liberty.
Open, Hendrix.
Look who's Bob singing. Look who's Bob singing in her bikini summer
I didn't
holiday.
open it.
Oh my god, hello summer holiday. Nice to meet you. You've got a great body, mate. So let's interact.
We got more test subjects in here.
She's not interested. She's being a bit weird. Okay, we did one thing.
They're in the water!
As much as we see it, this game genuinely feels so smooth.
Fuck!
Made it play and feel really great on console at the expense of
Open,
PC
Hendrix.
players. To be fair, there's probably more people who play it on console than
I didn't
PC.
open it.
That's just my speculation. I don't know if that's true. If you don't know all the packs, does it show you all these as like
We got more test subjects in here.
They're in the water!
Right. Blah, blah, blah.
Open, Hendrix.
Autonomously, so we take that. Are there any things we can do like we
I
can
didn't
do
open it.
We got more test subjects in here.
maybe
They're in the water!
even in Speed 3, it just feels really smooth. I will get the console experience that PC. Like, this is very, very well optimized indeed. We can even go fishing.
Hendrix.
Should we have a little fish? My camera doesn't automatically follow us sometimes, so I have to
I didn't
click
open
it. So you can't, I said before, you can't get rid of the notifications. It's just a bit annoying. I genuinely forgot like how
We got more test subjects in here.
based game experience is.
They're in the water!
Open, Hendrix.
I didn't open it.
We got more test subjects in here.
They're in the water!
So it's still the Sims 4, okay? It's smoother, but the Sims shoot the Sims 4 Sims.
Brother.
Actually head to the bar for
Open, Hendrix.
drinks. The Solar Flare Lounge.
I didn't open it.
We got more test subjects in here.
They're in the water!
Okay, Samantha, would you like me to crack with you? Would you like to so we're not like dancing together. It's the next best thing. Would you play again? I'm sorry, why is he doing that thing? I was gonna say skill dancing must be dancing. I love the Sims 4, it's so funny. You can dance in the Sims 4, but if you want to dance as a skill, some expansion pack, like it's just so funny. They're dancing as skill. Oh, cancel her in action. Oh, I've just realised that. Okay, let's tell jokes on the microphone. Is this a skill that
Kane, optics back online.
gaining charisma? That was
Copy that.
Thank God.
I'm picking up a massive energy surge just ahead.
A lot of robots in here, Kane.
Easy. Take your time.
I'll be right back.
Kane, optics back online.
want to see this. My dog wants to see that. So I can go. I'll be right. As I'm
Copy
back.
that.
Okay.
I'm picking up a massive energy surge just ahead.
A lot of robots in here, Kane.
Easy. Take your time.
Hey, I got separated from the others. Looks like the server room's just up ahead.
Let's go.
Kane, optics back online.
Copy that. I'm picking up a massive energy surge just ahead.
A lot of robots in here, Kane.
Easy. Take your time.
Hey, I got separated from the others. Looks like the server room's just up ahead.
Get out of there! I've got an exit directly ahead.
You know, this is starting to look a lot more like a weapons research facility than a biotech lab.
Chemicals released in the disaster were never positively identified.
Anyone else sense a power?
Can you hear me? You don't have to do this. There was blood on our hands that we could not wash away. You know who I am. I'm asking you to turn back. Walk away.
Kane, I've got Diaz coming through on a closed channel.
Taylor was right. We've got to show the world the truth.
He's wired into the servers. His DNI is acting as a conduit for every piece of intel that's stored down here. He's been directing the robots, controlling their hive mind. He's going to overload his brain. Listen to me. We have to stop him. We have to shut this down. Right now, he's uploading everything on those servers directly to our enemies. We have to contain this situation.
You already know we're going to be preaching the gospel to a witch. This witch in particular actually had some church hurt, religious background with Christianity. We had an incredible conversation with our new witch friend. But before we get into the video, guys, new merch, professional demon slayer. We're out here, battle's not against flesh and blood. We're out here slaying demons with the spirit of God. So if you want to rep this shirt or hoodie, go to jesusindthestreets.com. Get yours today. Love you guys. Enjoy the video. Can you give like a little bit of background about
You have to stop this!
so you're actively
Whatever happened with you and the others?
Okay, what does
You
that
have
mean?
to
What does that
end
mean
it.
to be
I am willing to die for the truth.
You're walking with responsibility, and it's very similar to like a priest and a
The
Catholic.
only way to disconnect Diaz from the server is by destroying the core above him.
Hey, I'm in the control. What can I do?
Access the primary systems for me. If you maintain a live link via your DNI, I should be...
Okay, with these robots, it's like too much. Like, they need to fix these robots. Like, James.
You have to stop this!
Like, you're making the robots like too hard. Like,
You have to end it!
I am willing to die for the truth.
Being able to help people, being able to...
The only way to disconnect Diaz from the server is by destroying the core above him.
Hey, I'm in the control room above. What can I do?
Access the primary systems for me. If we maintain a live link via your DNI, I should be able to identify the core's vulnerabilities.
Yes.
You're the boss,
So,
lady.
I was initially Catholic, and then my
Focus fire on the cooling rods in the towers surrounding Diaz. That will expose the core's corresponding access point. Once it's open, you're gonna have to get up there and drop a grenade inside.
I was 6 to 13 at
Cooling tower 1 exposed.
Listen only to the sound of my voice.
13 I moved there, and I started getting more into the church after the church. Wednesdays, sometimes Thursdays, Sunday mornings, Sunday
Take out that
nights.
cooling tower.
Let it not drift.
And so you left Christianity, and why exactly did you leave Christianity?
I love Christianity for a few different reasons.
Let the bad memories
One,
fade.
always like to
Your peace
I like
is
to
eternal.
So when you come forward and you're asking your pastor
Disable that tower to expose the core.
their answer just I don't know, or like they just kind of push it off, then it's heartbreaking to hear. It makes you feel
Yeah. So just the fact that like you were asking hard questions maybe and they couldn't answer it and that kind of gave you a bad face.
They gave me a bad face. That was just
You did.
so the other I was able to choose it as my path. I was forced to go, and it was almost like being. It was an expectation because I was a child to do what my parents told me to do, but you're supposed to choose Jesus on your own. But you're having to go to church like 4 times a week. How are you not free?
Sure, I understand. And so then you became, how did you get introduced to witchcraft?
I actually, before I moved to Georgia, was starting to pick up witchcraft. Like I had bought a witchcraft book, and I had like a pentacle that I hid under my bed.
What is a pen?
So, like, so this year,
The pentagram?
yeah,
Okay. Oh, it's the same thing. Oh, yeah. It's just like, okay, so you were having that for protection, and that's just like,
and it represents the elements and spirit. So it represents earth, fire, air, water, and spirit.
gotcha. And how long have you been practicing?
Since I was 18, and I have been an initiate since I was 22.
Okay, so about a decade into witchcraft heavily. And what gives you hope? Like, why witchcraft is out of everything? Why? I mean, because there's a lot of different paths, a lot of different religions, a lot of different spirituality. You choose witchcraft.
Witchcraft is not so much of a religion to me, I'm more of an honest. So I believe there's a little bit of truth in everything.
Okay.
None of us know for sure or for certain what is everything, right? We don't know. We really don't.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. It doesn't matter whether you're Buddhist or you're Christian or you're a witch or Hindu or whatever. The point is to be able to connect
Cooling tower 1 offline. Core exposed.
to the source.
And what is the source for you?
So the source for me would be just this divinity, like the one. So are you familiar with the tree of life at all?
I've seen an image about it.
It starts with
They detonated.
so I believe
Hey,
Hitler.
that is a trick. It
And then it
worked.
goes down
Central core is
to
66%.
goddess, which is Dina and Chokma. I get hit by a car.
Working
about
on opening
7, so
cooling
I'm
tower
not
2.
a patient thing. Remember you. But basically,
I'm getting
if you look at that source, I've heard that.
Elephant. The name? It's okay.
So that is actually it's God translated, literally translated. So it's binary.
Cooling tower 2
That
exposed.
it's not and they translated it as masculine.
So,
We need to
basically,
bring down that server. Take out the cooling tower.
I got it. Because I hear like a lot of, so that's been great.
Cooling tower 2 offline. The core's exposed.
Like, I hear like everything sounds the same. Like, so hear a little bit of this is that. Believe a little bit of everything. Like that bigger coexist. Each religion is a different religion. The same path. And so, what do you think happened to God?
Successful detonation.
Okay.
Central core down to 33%. One more.
Over my beliefs, because how do you learn and grow?
Working on
If you
tower
take
3.
and put a ceiling over everything, you're not able to really progress.
And so obviously I'm a Christian, and the idea that Christianity could be the ultimate truth.
Hey, I got grunts climbing the walls. They're trying to get in here. I need some support.
So, okay, great. So I became a Christian 4 years ago, and Jesus swung through. Jesus supernaturally encountered me when I was 17. I was planning on taking my life. I never done drugs or alcohol before, so I wasn't having some great trip. I knew Jesus was meeting me, and I asked him to take away my depression and anxiety. Since that day, I haven't had depression or anxiety. So that was like my foot in the door to really fall to Jesus. So I've been following Jesus for 4 years now. And so here's my thought process, I think. Okay, if God is real and God loves his creation and he desires relationship with his creation, I don't think God would make mental gymnastics to give us a hard, complicated idea of understanding aspects of it. So that's why I believe
Tower
there
3
could potentially
exposed.
be an ultimate truth that we can be certain in. Because if the God of the Bible that I believe in, I believe he's the truth. And I believe that the Bible teaches us that he desires a relationship with us. Then I would say, okay, God is going to reveal himself in a way we finite human beings can't understand. God to a degree where we can be in a relationship with him.
No guarantees, Hendricks.
Do you hear it slowing? You're in control. Come. At peace.
These boots are made from a single piece of premium American leather, and that's weight they're built to last. Leather is pretty special. This is very so.
We can't afford to lose him, Hendricks. You have to interface. Pull whatever data you can from his DNI.
You know it'll fry his brain.
I know.
I don't think you do. This is someone I know. Someone I fought alongside. You shouldn't go out like this.
You protect
I'm sorry.
the purity of your religion because there's nations surrounding
It's
you
okay,
that
Henry.
worshiping a bunch of different idols. So he's like, hey, make sure you do this. In the Old Testament, Joshua, he asked them to drive all the people that were in sin because you had the Canaanites,
Nice.
the guys that were worshiping like Baal. This was set up.
Kane, did you get that?
Get what? What did you see, Hendricks? Did you get anything?
And so the reason why
Hendricks!
Taylor's looking for 2 survivors.
We believe that Jesus is God. And every religion has a perspective of Jesus. The Muslims do, the Hindus do.
How do they get transport?
You don't betray your country without making new friends.
The Christians say that
We
he's
have
God.
incoming topside.
Everyone else says that he's
The
not.
immortal.
Islam would say he's a good prophet. Hinduism and Buddhism would say he's a good teacher. You should respect him. A lot of atheists don't really care for him, you know, so everyone has a perspective of him. But Christianity is the only one that labels him as God. And so when I look at something like that, for me to say that they all coexist, but they're teaching a different
They're
truth,
down there?
it's hard for me
The
to
ones
get
that killed my
behind because
brother?
even Jesus himself is recorded saying that he's the
Let me
truth,
move in.
not
We
a
received
truth,
the
the
locations
truth.
of the
That's a
CIA
pretty
safe
bold claim.
houses.
Yes, madam.
That's a really bold claim.
Flood it.
And so if you have
Man, I'm still
someone,
down
Right now!
you know, Muslims say, hey, you know, Christians are people of the book, they're cool. And Jews are people of the book, they're cool. And the Hindus and the Buddhists, they respect the religion in a sense to say, hey, you know, you guys can make your way to heaven. But Jesus in the Bible is kind of teaching this idea that says, if you don't put your faith in Jesus as Lord,
What was
because
that?
you feel like
Sounds
Jesus
like
is
Taylor's
calling
and
us to
friends.
things in life, right? And so the reason I personally think this
Hendricks, we have multiple explosions across the facility. You have to move now.
Hurry! Let's get out of here!
Overwatch drone shows 54 immortals all over the surface. They're blowing the whole building to drown you.
Keep moving! The whole place is collapsing! We're running out of time! Don't stop! Move! 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 Move it!
Things like that.
Start scanning for those survivors. We need to know exactly who Taylor's looking for.
I'm searching the file transfer from Hendricks. Should have it in a few minutes.
Kane, I hope you got a plan, because we're about to drown.
All right, I'll talk you through it. Open that door and flood the lab.
What? Are you insane?
Not if this works. Your lungs should have more than enough air to get to the surface.
Okay, but if this goes wrong, I'm gonna come back to hunt you, Kate.
So, what that's saying is that...
Damn shut! I gotta override the door system. Cover me. Just a few more seconds.
I've ID'd the survivors of the disaster. Sebastian Kruger and Dr. Yusuf Salim.
Good time, Steve. We've got bigger problems right now.
Give me a hand! Come on, we gotta get out of here! The whole building's collapsing. Help me out! What are you waiting for? Get open this door, now! Help me with the door before this place becomes our tomb! What now, Kate?
Above you, marking your HUD, Hendricks.
And I'm a pretty good psychic. Why would you give me that ability that
Okay, let's change the perspective. Right, here's the perspective of the change. This is a charge.
Blow that door. Water pressure will shoot you straight up to the silo.
On me! Once I blow the door, the pressure's gonna yank us out of here!
Jesus has the words of life. Okay, so if God gives us his Holy Spirit, and Satan's main job is to distract human beings, according to Christianity, from the freedom we find in Jesus, by presenting us with sin, temptation, and some things like that. Eternity is planned, and what that means is that people who are seeking like spiritual Jesus and happy spirituality, what that looks like. I think being a Christian, spirituality is the
Alright, stay on my tail. We're not out of this yet.
And so,
Heads up. Spotted a swarm of depth charges headed your way. Stay clear of them.
No way around them.
so I
We need to take out those charges.
Like you say, well, what if God's given me this ability? What... Spirituality. I think every human being wants to tap into spirituality, whatever that looks like. And I think being a Christian, spirituality is an aspect of it because we're believing in a supernatural, infinite God.
Right.
And so,
It's supposed to help us out.
Bridge coming down! Get out of the way!
and so I think like with like you saying, well, what if God's given me this ability? What if I would argue that every human being in their heart has eternity planted in it, and because of that, we're trying to tap into spirituality, and that has led to a distraction such as being a psychic, being a medium, using witchcraft. Because I believe as a Christian, like I respect you as a human being, and I think you're valuable, not from anything that you do, but because you're made in the image of God. I think you have the utmost incredible value, right? But if I were to say, hey, Jesus is the truth, and my faith is in him, and instead of going to a counterfeit source, we can go to the literal source himself, which is Jesus. That's the access that we have in Christianity, is we literally have access to the source, which is the Holy Spirit. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, and I've been through it. I went through it. I grew up in it. I was forced into it. I was saved twice. Like, I've gone through a bunch of church. I've read the Bible. My heart was taken away from me until I memorized all Proverbs 32 on how to be a good woman. Like, I am very well aware of the Bible and what it's set out to do. So that is not something that I need reminding of?
Well, I grew up Southern Baptist, and I like as much as I like love my Southern Baptist friends and had an experience. Like I grew up almost identical to you. Like what you're saying, like I lived, and it gave me a bitter taste in my mouth too. I'm gonna be completely honest. Like that's not even how I live my life. I'm a Christian. I got tattoos all over my body. You can see them. I got them all over my body. But my Southern Baptist friends would say I was going to hell. Like I got piercings as a man, and like some of my Southern Baptist friends would say I was going to hell. You know, I don't memorize scripture because I'm pressured by my Bible study group, you know, in the youth group to get a toy out of the treasure box that week. Like, I kind of grew up similar to you. I think for me that the pressure shift was I was so broken that night. I was going to take my life. I had all my pieces on the table. And instead of each religion working its way up to the mountain, it was like God came off the mountain and met me where I was at and showed me who I was.
Because that God is not for everyone. Because not everyone identifies with the same type of thing. Just like with your tattoos, you don't want to go to every tattoo artist there is. You have a specific tattoo artist that does art in a way that touches your soul. And that is the same for witches. That is the same for other people who experience spirituality. Their pathways all lead to
Gang, how are you supposed to do this?
but that one doesn't resonate with me. Because for a few different reasons. One, I grew up in ADHD. I've tried to take my life. And you know what? I God so much. I begged him to stop my mother from drinking and being an alcoholic. I begged him to, you know, just like help me ease the depression, help me ease the pain. And it never went away. It just got worse and worse and worse. And I also am in the LGBTQ community. I'm bisexual. I like men and women. You don't feel like love is a sin. You don't feel like it's bad to give your love to another human. That's the whole point of existence, is to be able to have that purity and love, because love is pure. So with that being said, what helped me was actually being able to tap into the justice of Akate. With that archetype, I live in the dark. What I do is I'm able to see people's darkness and I bring it to the light so that they're able to.
Thank you. I was feeling like quitting right now. So I was a tiny bit hoping that it would have killed me if I kind of give up. I was kind of hoping, but whatever.
You alright?
I'll be fine. Kane.
It's not good. Diaz released the locations of every CIA safe house in the world, including this one. Overwatch drone confirms. The Immortals are already on their way here. We can't stop them. You need to get out of Singapore.
Hang in there, Kane. We're coming for you.
Yeah, so like, you know as well as I do, like you can probably meet so many people and like help them with their trauma, but you hypothetically can't help them with their trauma. You can only like reveal it for you, but they can't do anything about it unless they get honest, right? Like they have to get honest, right? And so I think that's the thing that I'm like, is I have to.
I can't fix people. I just say, hey, here's this thing. This is what you need. Go to therapy. Do this thing. That's it. If they do it or not, that's their choice. That's their journey.
Well, when you mentioned that the pain never went away for you, I just couldn't help but resonate with you so much because I became a Christian that night, and I thought my life was going to be sunshine and rainbows when I gave my life. Clicked, and it was going to
This isn't up for discussion.
Daisies.
You know they want us to come for her. They want us to see the consequences of our actions.
It's not our actions, Hendrix. Whatever they do is on them.
But I did have, it's going through and a part of you dies. You die. Every time, like you die when you go into that. And then you're reborn. And that's how it is. So yes, it's not easy. It's going through the birth canal. It's gonna be crap. But like, you have that same, like what you're describing, that like, wow, this touched me. That was Akate for me. That's who came through for me.
Yeah.
It actually gave me real world signs that God or Jesus never could. And you know what? I do still somewhat have a relationship with Jesus to a degree. Like I don't feel like Jesus is bad. Like I'm not condemning Jesus or being like, this is terrible. I'm just not, it's not, masculine energy that way doesn't resonate with me.
When you say masculine energy doesn't resonate with you, it's pretty like whatever.
I can't connect as well to a masculine deity as I can to a feminine one. And I also, in some
So now the world knows it was a CIA black project that led to the disaster that killed over 300,000 people. Now do you believe me when I say Kane is keeping us in the dark?
You think she knows more than she's telling?
Lives within us all. You know, God
Hold on to something he had no business knowing about. And right now, he's a marked man.
That may be. But Kane is on our side. We can't just leave her to those animals.
That's what I do with a
WA operations are in chaos. We need to find Taylor before it gets worse.
We don't get Kane out, no one else will. She's smart, she's a survivor.
You're not right.
She'll hold out till we get there.
To the divine.
See, I get what you're saying. I guess, you know, from my perspective, I'm hardwired super logical. I think there's a lot of men that are hardwired logically. I think it's how most men are hardwired. And
Kane, we're at the perimeter wall, leaving the quarantine zone.
And so
I told you not to come for me.
there being an absolute
Don't get too excited.
If
We're not there yet.
Right, if we're going off of that statement, then you can't look at what Hitler's done or Jeffrey
What's your
Dahmer
status?
and
Is
say
the
that
safe
they
house
did
still
this wrong.
secure?
For now.
Because if we say
The
no,
camera feeds show the Immortals are closing in fast, burning and destroying everything in their way.
We can't say that. We can't say, well, what Jeffrey Dahmer did was...
Yeah,
We
no
can't say
kidding.
that, you know?
We'll be there as soon as we can.
This is
Stay
where
strong.
I'll tell you
it's
this.
That same thing, like, well,
I wouldn't hold out
I'm
hope for
right,
Kane's
you're not saying I'm
chances.
right, everyone's got
These
a
guys
right,
mean
right?
business.
Then we're even going down to the big
So do
scale
we.
of, well, Hitler had some
We're
truth.
not leaving
Even
Singapore
Jeffrey
without
Dahmer had some truth the way he did. Because if there is no absolute truth, right, then morality's screwed.
The Immortals are slaughtering anyone between them and the safe house.
Or you can't tell.
I haven't seen anything like this
Say
in a long
if
time.
you're pro-life or pro-choice, they can't tell either of them.
There's probably still some Immortals lingering around.
Because
We need to get them
morality's
straight.
screwed, because there is no
Agreed.
absolute truth.
We'll cut through here.
And so if you and I would
Bypass a
say,
few
well,
blocks.
murder's wrong, I think you and I would both agree raping people is wrong. You and I would agree murdering people is wrong. Like these things, we would both be saying, well, we believe in some sort of absolute
Hear that?
truth. So the question would be, where does that morality? You see what I'm saying?
Yes, kind of. I think it's an extreme example. To be honest with you, it's a little much and a little triggering, but that's okay.
I'm
Clear.
trying to trigger you. I'm
After
so
what we
sorry.
did to
I'm
her
just
brother, Gojulan is acting on pure rage. Her soldiers won't show mercy.
So
Not to anyone.
what I would
Once
say
we
is
find her,
that it's more
neither will
about
we.
like, yes, if there's an absolute truth.
This doesn't sound
let's
good.
say that it's the divine. Let's say that divinity
What
is
do you
the
say,
absolute
Hendrix?
truth. It
Let's
doesn't
do what we
matter
do
what you call it,
best.
it's still divinity. And yes,
Kill some
murdering
bad
someone
guys.
or whatever.
Like the old
yeah,
days?
let's not get. Let's not do
Like
that.
the old
But also,
days.
is it really that black and white? Like, do you believe in the death penalty?
The death penalty? I still don't know how I feel about the death penalty, if I'm being completely honest with
And
you.
that's quite alright. Because it's poorly
I think that there are things.
It ain't over yet.
No, I don't think that would happen in Crusades, right? There's a lot of things. I think that slavery. God absolutely hates slavery so much. He set the Israelites
You know,
free. God,
by the time we're
writes
done
that.
saving
And I
Kane,
think some of that I hear a lot of
Taylor and the
heroes
others will be long
my
gone.
sword, which is like, well,
This is
person
what
did
happens,
this,
Hendrix.
this
We get
person did
Kane,
this thing, this
then
person
we
did
find
that thing,
Taylor.
which was the same for
We don't
me
leave
for a
one of
long
our own
time.
behind.
That's almost
Are
like
you sure
me
Kane's
wandering
one of
around
ours?
Salem and being like, hey, tell me about Danny. And people would have some good things to say about Danny. People would have some bad things to say about Danny. And imagine if I just made my mind up about you because I just let other people tell me. And then now we're hanging out on the park bench and we're getting to hang out. And sure,
Here we go again.
I think you're pretty cool.
I say,
And I think you're
kill them
valuable.
all.
And I think you're awesome. But I wouldn't be able to get that unless we spent time together. And so I know you said that you haven't really, you said you haven't been to the Bible since you were 18, you haven't been to church for a while. I think my respectful challenge would be, if you think there could be a possibility the slightest possibility, I'm talking about a 0.01% chance that this Jesus guy could really be the absolute truth. I know. But if there could be, I feel like that is coming from that place where other people have defined it for you versus me. Because how are you now? I'm not just jumping the gun here. But I feel like we might leave this conversation and you might be like,
This is gonna get a whole lot worse before it gets better.
Obviously,
I knew coming here was a bad
conversation
idea.
about Christianity, you know, and I wasn't being forced on me. He was just presenting the idea, and it wasn't half bad, you know. And
you know what? I do believe I will get out of this. Is one of the biggest things that I've been in and out of therapy for a long time because one of my specialties is shadow work and being able to dive into self and learn how to work through and heal crap. And what I do believe I'll get out of this because I've had a really hard time being able to unpack that sort of brainwashing and that trauma. And though I've deconditioned myself, which took a long time, it still gives me an internal reaction in my body to even talk about it. So what I feel I'm going to get out of this is actually just being able to learn that I still have a lot of healing to do in regards to that. And maybe I will go into a church in order to face those demons that I have. And you know what? That
I told the truth behind a slick corporate front.
That it's something that I'm open to anymore because I found my path. I know exactly what my path is, who I'm meant to be. And I'm meant to be a high priestess, and I'm meant to help people find their own way, whatever that may look like. Because
right on their doorstep.
I don't believe that there's just one way
The Immortals built a society, however flawed, when the rest of the world looked away and left them to rot. Maybe they just want revenge. Maybe they just want justice.
You mentioned earlier briefly that your parents and stuff and being forced into Christianity and everything that you've been counseling, right? As Christians, we believe that God has an original design for mankind. So we see where in Genesis that God created man, in his image, to live in relationship with him. That's the point of the Garden of
Kane's
Eden,
gone quiet.
with God daily.
It may already be too late.
If the Immortals breach the safe house,
Samson?
Kane's as good as dead. Head up top, find your way through.
So,
I hope you're right about
this
her.
is not in the Bible, but the Lilith lore. What happened was Lilith was Adam's first wife, and she refused to lay under him. And because of that, Adam went to God and complained, and Lilith fled the Garden of Eden. So she left in sovereignty because she refused to not be Eve. She wanted just equality, that's all. And so then Eve was made, and then they fell in. Because as much as people want to put it on Eve, it wasn't just Eve, it was Adam. But if you also look at that, you think about that, one Lilith represents, for me, divine femininity, as being able to stand when the masculine, divine masculine, refuses to step up and being able to go your own path. That's what she represents for me. Also, if you think about it, if you have the devil, or you have, you know, Samael, or you, whatever you want to call Satan, whatever you want to call him, which is different from what witches describe him as, or whatever. If you want to go down that path, God is omnipotent. God is, yes, we have free will, but God created Lucifer. That's the thing. God had to have a binary system, good and evil. Without one, you don't have the other. And in order for you to be able to even have free will, you have to be in that binary system to be able to choose. In order to do that, you need a adversary. So God, like, literally cast Lucifer because he needed an adversary. Otherwise, who's going to tempt them, or how are they going to this good and evil? It's the same concept. It's the lower self and the higher self, the super ego, the ego, and the id.
Well, you know, I don't think God created Lucifer for the sake of like creating an adversary. You know, God gave us free will. He created it with the possibility of there being rebellion because of free will. But originally, Lucifer was an angel according to the Bible, and was one of the top-notch angels. He was a big deal. But he got full of himself, and because he was a angel that was created, he can't be redeemed, so he fell. And
system, and you want free will, there has to be a way to make a choice. And if there's no way to make a choice, then how is it free will?
Well, he didn't necessarily have to create evil for free will. There just had to be the possibility of rebellion.
Easy. Wait till no one's looking.
God didn't create evil.
Of course he did.
No, he created a free will world. But human beings, because they had free will,
They know we're here.
if we say God caused evil, then God's not a loving God. So God, I think there's a difference. God didn't cause evil. God allowed the possibility for evil to exist. And
the Old Testament crazy. Like, there's some crazy crap in there.
there is some crazy crap in there. Okay, I get what you're saying. So here's my thoughts on that. Is God's a just God. If we as Christians believe God's a just God, then we have to let him handle business. Now, God would give Israel specific instructions. They would rebel. They would get exiled. And God would save them. And then it would keep happening over and over. Now, there were times where, like, the Babylonians were sent to go take captive of Israel. And then God punished the Babylonians because they did some wicked stuff. I don't fully understand the depths of that. And that's why I think God grows. There's going to be things that I don't understand fully. But if you want to talk about a beautiful example of the loving God in the Old Testament, it's Hosea. Hosea was a prophet in the Old Testament. He's like the most popular guy in town because he's the guy that has the Holy Spirit. And God tells him to marry a prostitute named Gomer. And every night when they would go to bed, Gomer would slip out and go sell herself on the street for sex every night. And every morning when Hosea woke up, he would have to go downtown and go find her feet bruised every morning because she had sold herself on the street. And one morning when Hosea woke up, he couldn't find Gomer. So he stumbled upon her on the sex slave market, where because she had so many times in the street, she was deemed of little to no value according to the people, so they were selling her publicly. And he looks at Gomer and buys his wife back. Now, someone who justifiably could divorce her, is like, hey, you're unfaithful to me, you don't care about me. He buys Gomer back, and this is a beautiful picture of the love God has for us. It's because every day as human beings, we're wicked and sinful, and we smack God in the face by rebelling. But God loves us enough to purchase us back and pay the price that you and I deserve to pay with our life.
Oh, that's a terrible example. Because she probably didn't even have a choice to marry him.
Who? Hosea? How do you think weddings went back in the day?
There was a lot of different ways weddings went for women back in the day.
Well, I would say in this circumstance that we see a lot throughout is Jewish weddings.
Right here until like, what, the 1950s? 1950s? Really?
Like somewhere around World War II or something like that. Yeah, but even
we were literally.
Well, not back in that time period. I mean, look, if you look at Jewish weddings, the way that a wedding was about was like almost like they had courting, which is like you set yourself up for marriage, and then if we want to get married back in that time period, I'd say, hey, do you want to get married? You go, yeah, I want to get married. Do you want to get married? You say, yeah, we want to get married. It's called betrothal, right? So we're verbally agreeing.
Sometimes that would happen.
And then
in certain cultures it could, but there's did not have a great track record when it comes to freedom for history.
Sure, but if we're talking in the context of the Bible here, I think we got to be pretty consistent that that's just how the Jewish tradition went, you know. And these guys are Jews.
Easy.
But
Wait till no one.
how do you have the representation? Here's the thing in the Bible. So much.
Like when you say women are condemned, what do you mean?
Like it's Eve's fault for eating that apple. That's why they're sick. It's Samson's wife. What was her name?
Delilah.
Yes. Delilah. She cut Samson's hair and demonized. Like, those are just a couple of examples. But it's just not like a warm place for them to feel. I'm not going to speak for every woman, but for me personally, I don't feel warm going by a book that was written by a bunch of old men that was translated incorrectly to a degree. I mean, you can just look at L5 to see that. Just one example of it. And then being, like, told that my gifts, because women are more naturally intuitive. I'm not saying that I think everyone's psychic, to be honest with you. I think it's just our innate ability. It's a muscle that you use. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. But women are more naturally intuitive. Females for that.
But what about Ruth? What about Deborah? Even if you look at John chapter 4, there's this
good woman, and they couldn't make any mistakes.
Well, here's the reality. Like, well, hold on, let me finish the thought. John chapter 4, you have a woman at the well, okay? And Jesus meets this woman at the well. She gives her life to Jesus. She submits and then becomes a believer. She's the first human being. Well, everyone has to submit. I have to submit to Jesus. You would have to submit to Jesus. We both have to submit to God. Why is that?
Because it's not about submission. It's not about domination over anything. It's about connecting to love. Love is not property. Love is not, I need to be submissive to this. I mean, that's a different thing.
Or surrender. Use the word surrender, you know?
Even in that sense, it's like, it's not something to be controlled.
Well, see, the definition of submission would be voluntarily placing yourself underneath the leadership of someone or something, right? And so as a believer, I am voluntarily trusting God that his way is better. And in this instance,
it's either do that or you go to the fiery depths of hell. That's fear-based. That's like, you have to either, like, submit or I'm going to punish you. Correct?
Well, the reality of here's the reality of it. It's like a justice system. Do murderers deserve to go to jail and pay for what they're doing? Yes, they do. Do people that commit crimes deserve to go to jail? Absolutely, they do. The offer that Jesus is laying on the table is a free will offer. He says, hey, Danny, Bryce, you have the option to either trust me, live a life that honors me, trust that my way is better, live a life that is in the original design, how I designed mankind, or live life how you want to live. If you choose to live life how you want to live, it breaks God's heart, but God grants the wish because he respects the decision we make. So if we decide to say, hey, God, I don't want anything to do, it breaks his heart. But hell isn't just like a fiery justice system. It's also a choice. The people that choose to live the way that they want to live, they're choosing that place.
We don't want to attract that ASP. We should head to the rooftops. Get a better idea.
It's not because it's lit on fire. Because I believe one day every human being is going to stand before God. And 2 Corinthians 5:10 tells us that every human being will stand before God.
It's like an immortal's
good
convention
and
down
bad that
there.
they've done in this lifetime. And I believe that every human being is going to look at the realest thing that they've ever seen in their life. And they're going to realize how magnificent, beautiful, and glorious that is. And they're going to realize that they screwed up. And they're going to realize that they're going to be separated from the most magnificent, glorious thing that they've ever seen in their life. It's about trust.
See, I don't get that, because you can't destroy love. And love will always live within me. Whether I submit to Jesus or not, I will always have love. Even
Go on! Drop them all!
still not going to like me. Still going to love them. Wants to punish me for them.
Listen to this. How do you define
ahead?
Move it. 0-2.
I got you. You just need better product visuals. Turn any photo into a video. Yeah.
Love is being able to show up for people. Love is holding someone's hand with limits. Love is emotion. Love is being able to respect for others. Being able to hold space for others even when you disagree with them. Like, for instance, because all I was, hey, we don't want to talk about religion. I just want a normal father-daughter relationship with you. That's all I want. I hate areas to just not bring up religion. It was probably affecting my mental health to the point where I set a boundary. He didn't respect it. And so, it doesn't mean that I don't love him. It's still, it's an emotion to myself at that point.
Gotcha.
So there's love in different ways. There's loving yourself, there's loving others, there's loving the divine, whatever that looks like for you, that's love. But it's never love. Love can't be destroyed.
Gotcha. I would define as a believer, you know, love is not, I don't think love is sex. I think sex is a form of love under the cover of marriage. I'm explaining to you my definition of love. I'm bringing this up because this is what some other people say. Sometimes love is the feeling that they get from people But I believe love is Jesus. Love is sacrifice. This word on my hand is the Hebrew word for love. It's called ahava. It means to lay your life down.
I've got your back.
And I believe that Jesus was God, and he was perfect, and he was the perfect example of what it
You
meant to
sure
live.
you don't want to
God's
call
not just
this
a man
off?
that's trying to
Not a
force you how
chance,
to live it. He
Hendricks.
shows you how to live it in the
Not leaving
Gospels,
Singapore
and he
without
lays
her.
his life down for us in an unconditional way. He dies a death that you and I don't deserve. And I think the ultimate picture of love is in Hebrews chapter 12, verse 2. It says, we look to Jesus, who's the author and perfecter of our faith, for the joy set before him, he endured the cross. Now here's the reality, right? I know you don't necessarily believe in Christianity, but if Jesus really was God, and he lived a perfect life, why would he die a death that was one of the most gruesome deaths you could die for crimes and things that he didn't commit? That's the question I ask myself as a logical person. And that verse tells us it's because he was thinking about you and me. But the only reason he was able to endure such a gruesome, painful death is because he was thinking that you and I, relationship with us, was on the line. And I think that is beautiful, because one day when we stand before God, like I said, how I believe, we're going to be looking at love. We're going to be looking at the most magnificent, glorious definition of love there is, the definition of love, God himself.
Forgot about them. Today, the children of your apocalypse will reap their vengeance upon those who stood by and watched them die. You brought this upon yourself. Goes Yulan. How?
I gave her access to our comms protocols. Taylor, what do you want? What are you looking for? The decision, the responsibility, always rests on one individual. I'm gonna find him. Why? Because I need to know how deep this rabbit hole goes. Those technicals might give us an advantage over the snipers. Those technicals might give us an advantage over the snipers.
Rally on me and let's push to the safe house. And it works. But manifestation. Stop! Doesn't care. Do you hear that? ASP, take cover.
Draw and fire. I'll disable its defensive system.
If I look at God, I think I'll give you $1 million. He doesn't even know that.
It was an RPG while its defenses are disabled.
Where's the outside boat? Let's go.
We need something big to take it down.
There's manifestation. People are gonna like manifest the crap. Like manifest into existence or
Fence down. Hit it with something big. Slow it down. Pour it on. Get back online. Watch out.
interesting.
So keep moving. Don't let it distract you.
Interesting. Interesting. Thank you.
Brother, you're lit.
I think we got
Thank
it.
you.
Looks like it's down for good. Taylor messed up. He's compromised our comms. Now we don't know who's listening or talking.
Beggar stood outside a small restaurant, watching people eat. The manager noticed her and stepped out with a plate of food. "Thank you so much," she said. But the manager shook her head. "Thank my boss. You're lucky he came by today." She waved, then ate like she hadn't eaten in days. Later, she quietly approached the boss. "Forgive me, sir. I come from far away. I was robbed at the bus station. I have nothing left. Please, lend me $50. I'll return and repay you." But the old restaurant lady snapped. "Isn't the food enough? They go around town telling the same story. Go find a real job." Still, the boss said nothing. He simply gave her $100 and said, "You don't have to pay it back. tears filled her with concern. I owe you my life. She walked away, but the old lady followed her, angry. I don't trust you. Here's his contact. I'll be watching in case you try this again. Then she was gone, and for years, she never came back. Years later, her boss went through a divorce. He lost everything. His money, his restaurant. One afternoon, a black car pulled up in front of that same old restaurant. A well-dressed woman stepped out. Welcome, ma'am, said the old restaurant lady. What can we offer? The woman smiled. Remember me? I'm the beggar. Here's a woman like you. The old lady lowered her head. We don't know where he is yet. The woman smiled, faded. She turned, got back in the car, and drove away. But as she stopped at a gas station, a man approached her window, dirty clothes, collecting bottles. Ma'am, do you have any bottles? She froze. It was him, the man who once helped her. Sir, it's me, the beggar you helped 7 years ago. He was confused, then overwhelmed with emotion. Tears fell. So sorry it took me so long to return. Then she smiled, said, any means imagine, please. Because one small act of kindness can return when you least expect it. It can change your life.
If you've tried multiple oral antidepressants and they haven't worked.
Hello. Ever since we had the initial leak of The Sims 4 Project X, there's been a little bit more information about and it's not looking good. It's making me feel just a little bit worried about the future of The Sims. So, if you didn't know, there was originally a rumour of a Sims 4 remaster. These rumours have since been quashed, but quite a reliable leaker has suggested that the next Sims game is going to be something in between a remaster and a remake, where they take a lot of fan favourite features from The Sims 4, with a lot of Sims 4 content added to this new game, but it is fundamentally a new game, but it's not going to be as big and expansive as a Sims 5 would be, but it's also not just going to be The Sims 4 remastered. The game would, for example, have weather into the base game of it and growing together milestone, as well as some other things. Now, in addition to this leak, we know that EA are doing internal playtests as well as like external playtests where they get simmers and they give them like a special early copy of certain video game experiences. This is why we've had leaks for Project Renee, but in addition to these older Project Renee leaks, we now have the brand new Project X leaks. We don't have any images, but what we do have is a forum post. Now, I'm always extremely skeptical when I see forum posts, but something that from my experience suggests that it is actually valid, because firstly, this user has deleted themselves off of Reddit. Normally, leakers will do this. They will leak something and then they will delete their entire account in order to try and save themselves. And I was looking at some of the comments before by this person, and it seems honestly quite legit. So the user says, I can't stand by and watch everyone talk about the Sims 5 possibilities. I was part of a playtest for the next big Sims release, and you have no idea what's coming. It's so bad, I cannot handle being silent on it anymore. It's been eating me alive. The next big Sims game is going to be The Sims 4 with a more open world, balanced compatibility with saves and packs. And that's it. The UI is going to look very similar to Fortnite. This is what's coming. They're going to recycle The Sims 4 and make small changes and sell it to you again. That's all. I just needed to speak out because it's killing me to stay silent. Throw away for obvious purposes. I've played since The Sims 1 and I can't watch this go down in good consciousness. AMA, I guess, laugh my arse off. So, that's a lot worse than I thought. Honestly, I think EA have this very weird vision in their head that Simmers want to carry over their saves from The Sims 4 to The Sims 5.
We get Kane.
If Simmers had to choose between carrying over their saves and saves over from The Sims 4,
Nice.
because they would rather have a newer game
I guess the mission's over.
Find us transport for extraction, Hendricks.
Wait, you're kidding me, right? She's toast.
No. There's still a
Hey!
chance.
Do you hear me? She's dead! Accept it!
Is it that they genuinely think that that's what Sims want? Because I know that Sims don't want Sims would.
Your friend? She struggled greatly.
What did you do to her?
She won't be talking to you anymore. No.
X is going to have backwards compatibility. Also, perhaps it's something that every
Your friend? She struggled greatly.
What did you do to her?
She won't be talking to you anymore. No. She is being quiet. You will see. Your friend? She struggled greatly.
What did you do to her?
She won't be talking to you anymore. No. She's being quiet. You will see.
Whatever you're going to do, you better do it fast. The building's falling apart around you.
Stay where you are, Hendricks. It's not over yet.
We're just gonna settle on this step over again, and this is stick it up here. And the Sims are gonna eat it up. I mean, they will eat it up, of course, but if it's not, as I said, the compatibility, the save compatibility, how are they actually gonna sustain this long term, especially with the Sims dying as well? In terms of the foregoing comments, honestly, I feel like we could have predicted this when we got the new menu update. Do you guys remember the Fortnite menu update? EA also did a font update. I will put on the screen now the old and the new font. You can see that the new Sims font looks very futuristic. It looks very like action, which is just very strange. And then of course this was all a big around the time that they started introducing nuances into the Sims font. I think that there's no surprise.
No, get off of me, woman. Get off of me. Get off of me. Okay, why do they have to blur that? Like, game. You don't need to blur this. Like, game.
This means that they legitimately saw no difference in the graphics, even with side-by-sides. Honestly, how could The Sims forget a graphical update? Because I feel like, honestly, The Sims 4 style is actually quite timeless and nice. I do like the aesthetic of The Sims 4. I think the game looks good. I definitely
Got something to say, Hendricks?
improve the game with new shaders and things. I think they could also. I don't know if you would consider this a graphical update.
I just
but
noticed.
Giving us a hair on a slider instead
Got a
of
lot of
just
blood
having
on
the
you.
swatch system. Same with skin tones, instead of having all these like different swatches, it's just like ridiculous having just sliders in terms of like graphics and stuff. Although I am also very skeptical of them even making small changes like that, because we know EA has a fetish for artificial intelligence, and according to some leaks and news articles, they're not doing a very good job at implementing it. So if EA are trying so hard to implement things like AI lighting and stuff like that into the game, then
She's
maybe
strong.
it won't look very good.
Med should have her on her feet
Won't
in
be
a
able
matter
to
of hours.
successfully change the graphics
The
in a
scars.
meaningful way. But I just feel like
They'll
if
take
they
long.
want to upsell this, they will have to make it look different. And
you're
it
okay
can't
with this?
just be HD upscaling or whatever, 4K upscaling. There needs to be more. Now, somebody
Okay,
questioned
Rise
whether
of
it is
Fall.
about the open world, and they said they're still debating with themselves what that means. It either means more community lots with fewer residential,
5 more missions and
Okay,
I'm
with what,
and then we can beat this game.
community.
Okay with the fact that people like us, our former friends, decided to turn traitor.
During our meeting,
And now we've got to hunt them
which
down.
one we prefer. I prefer not to be sold the same thing twice. It's interesting to me that they can't have both. They're asked if they prefer, do you want more community lots with fewer residential, or fewer
Our
residential
DNI
with more
encryption
community lots?
protocols
And
are
that
no
just
longer
seems
secure.
very backwards.
Any
Surely
contact
the
with the
next
WA could
installment,
inadvertently
we should have
compromise
both
Allied
community
operations on
lots
Earth.
and residential lots.
As of now,
I mean, that's what we had in The
we're
Sims 2 and in The Sims
So,
3. In fact, I think we
we're on
even
our
have
own.
that in The Sims 1
We
as
know
well.
Taylor's
The
looking for
fact
the
that The
surviving
Sims
members of the group.
4.5 is going
Sebastian
to take
Kruger's off the
even
grid.
further
Whereabouts
steps
unknown.
than The Sims 4 did is set to be
Dr.
a
Salim,
bit
however,
hilarious. I mean,
is
to
alive and well in Cairo.
this brand new system has
Our allies in the Egyptian army are holding them at Ramsey Station, one of the few territories not to fall to the NRC.
Clearly that's holding the new project back. This is just more evidence to me that if we're already having to choose between sacrificing residential and community gameplay, then maybe the project is just fundamentally flawed. Somebody asked, did they show anything about creating your own world or city from scratch? I missed that from The Sims 2, and they said no, not even mentioned it as a side note, so I'm assuming that's still an impossibility. They were also questioned on the backwards compatibility. Somebody said, does that mean that the current phones are going to work with it, or do we have to start from scratch? And the leaker said, no, you're fine. Yes, it means packs
Yeah.
will be cross-compatible.
I just,
the stuff will be
zoned out for a
anyways.
second.
They mentioned
Not a bad
things being
idea.
backwards compatible
I think
as
we just
well.
traded
I
one
mean,
bad
if the
situation
things
for
will be
another.
backwards compatible,
Glad I'm not the only one feeling
that's
deja
just
vu.
me off even more. And they say
Fighting a
Sims
losing battle.
4.5 will be cross-compatible.
The information Taylor released helped the NRC target strategic weak points in the Egyptian military defenses. They are gaining territory fast. Civilian casualties are high. They're on the brink of total collapse.
They also phrased
Hope
it
this
as
doctor
some
character
stuff
talks
from
fast.
Max would be cross-compatible
And
later in the meeting, so your
will.
guess is as good as
You don't
mine
hide
right
out in
for now.
Cairo
But then
unless
how
you're really
can just
trying to run
some
away from
stuff be
something.
cross-compatible, but then you can like exchange your saves over if it's only some stuff? I wonder if by some stuff they mean like build assets. I
Lieutenant
don't know
Carrillo?
if that's what they mean. It's just so
We were told you were
confusing.
coming.
I just feel
We have your
like The
prisoner.
Sims 4 is such a
appreciate your help.
shit stain on The Sims franchise. The Sims has
Especially when
always
you're
just
exactly
been
as
so loved, and the release of
Good
The
to see you,
Sims
Colonel.
4 just changed everything for the
hope
worse.
to
The
bring
Sims 4,
reinforcements.
how it was developed, was a
Drones, robots,
huge mistake,
munitions.
and deep down, I
Anything.
think EA probably knows this. I think the Sims team probably know this,
Winslow Accord
and it's
resources
just
have been
bizarre to
stretched
me
thin
that
in the wake
it's
of
the
the recent
longest
intelligence
running
leak.
Sims game,
But we have
despite
bigger problems.
arguably, and to be honest,
This prisoner may
factually
have
being the
vital
worst
information
Sims
on the
game,
men
and
responsible
now
for the
they're
NRC's
trying to
recent
keep it
attack.
running even
We
longer by
apprehend
instead
them,
of creating a new
we'll be
Sims
able to
title,
ensure more
just
support
giving
for your
us
army.
The Sims 4.5.
That's a polite way
Honestly,
of saying
it's like the
messed up
situation with Skyrim where they just like remake it over and over again. They do the same thing with GTA 5, but the difference is with The Sims 4, the way it's coded, the way it is, and it's what's wrong with that. So
Don't
not
worry.
even just a remaster of this
I
game.
won't need 'em long.
Multiple saves will save it. I think The Sims
Our men
is
are
suffering
ill-equipped to deal with the
from a really
NRC's
severe
robots.
identity
What's your
crisis
operational
right now.
strength?
I don't think Simmers really
We
know
have
what
less
a
than
Sims
1,000
is.
men.
Everyone has
A
their
dozen
own
armored vehicles and a squadron of
interpretation
VTOLs.
and
The
EA
essential supplies
themselves
are low.
too don't
How are
really
you
know
still
what The
holding
Sims
on?
is.
You can
Is it
thank
just
Raul
a
Menendez.
Sims for Pat cash cow for them?
Raul
Is it going to
Menendez
be a
was a
brand new
hypocritical
Roblox
ego
Fortnite
maniac.
simulator
He thought he
with
could make a
Project
better world
Renee?
by
Is
messing
Project
everything
X
up.
going to be the future of The Sims, or is it just going to be a limited version of The Sims 4 but with an
After
open
the strikes of
world? I don't think
25, all
anyone
Winslow
really
Accord
knows what
nations
The
had to
Sims
abide by the Allied Drone Defense Act.
Directed energy air defense systems must protect all major military, civilian, and industrial targets in allied nations. The dead are the only reason we are still here.
Maybe so, but I wouldn't thank Menendez. He got what he deserved.
We're preparing a temporary CC for your use.
Your team.
Links to WA Command are down, but you can still connect to our local systems. The doctor is being held in our interrogation space.
Thank you for your cooperation, Lieutenant. Appreciate it.
Damn, Jamal, you've been working out. I mean, you can say that. How you been, bro? Shit, what's good with you, my boy? If you're Hispanic, you better pray that your parents gave you a good name, because if they set you up for failure, you're cooked. Why? Because Hispanic kids, especially Mexican kids, have no filter. Bullying in Mexico is not a joke. Motherfuckers can be named Jose, and they'll be like, Jose, te gustan los hombres, yo lo sé. Or you can be named Luis, and they'll be like, Luis, meto mis huevos en tu nariz. Lorenzo, eres un pinche menso.
I think it's a huge shame what's happening with the game. I really don't want to see it go to shit, even though I make at least one video of me talking about it going to shit. What I would actually like is just to have that feeling I had when I used to play The Sims 2 and The Sims 3 when I was younger, because I
You
just
are
have that
holding me
feeling
without
at all
cause,
with The Sims 2.
and I demand to speak to a legal representative. That would be me. Have a seat.
And care for one of their most successful
I got
game
this. Take a walk.
franchises, but it's unlikely.
These men right
Unfortunately, we can only hope that they simply don't fuck it up too
Do you
much.
know that?
I mean, they will, because it's EA. But
No.
we can only
Well, they
hope.
know
Make sure
you.
you subscribe so you don't miss any future news and
You were involved in a biotech company called the Coalescence.
I was hallucinating.
Or more
There was a
specifically,
full-grown
CIA
sitting
Black
in my
Project
driver's
running
seat.
out of its basement.
I should have run away.
It was
He didn't
a
want to
long
hunt.
time ago.
He just
A
wanted to
a
ride.
lifetime
He
ago.
hopped into the passenger seat and
past
purred the whole way home.
Right now,
It sounded
you're in
like a
very
diesel
real
engine.
danger.
I gave him some beef jerky.
Not only are the
He took it
NRC
gentler than my
carving
golden
Cairo
retriever
into
does.
pieces, but these
Once we
men
got
may
inside,
very well
he
want
made
you
himself
dead.
right at home. That's when I realized something was wrong.
So as your legal
Wild
representative,
animals don't do this.
I advise
He
you
walked
to
on the
cooperate
counters,
fully with this
knocked
investigation.
ducks onto the floor just to watch them
I
fall.
worked
and
as a
refused
behavioral
to drink from the bowl.
psychotherapist
He only
for the
wanted
project's
tap
test
water.
subjects.
In the backyard,
Yeah,
he
these
showed
test
his true
subjects.
speed.
In Singapore,
But as soon as a storm rolled
were
in,
they
the
volunteers?
vanished. He was
By the
terrified
very tone of your
thunder.
voice,
We sat in the
I am in
garage
no
for
doubt as to what
hours
you are
while he was
inferring.
too scared to be alone.
Likewise, I am
But
in
later
no
that
doubt
night, he was the one who
that you
kept
already
me
know
safe.
the answer to
The
your
guy picked the
question.
lock and kicked in
Let
my
me
front
ask you
door.
another.
He had no idea who was waiting for
Whoa!
him.
Hendrix,
My new
stand
friend
down!
turned from a scared cat
What
into
is
a predator
the
in a
frozen
split second.
forest?
He saved my house. The mystery of why he was so pained.
Nuts!
A few days
Maybe
later,
Kane should
I
run some
scanned him
diagnostics.
for my
Listen, if I need a checkup, I'll ask the doctor.
that someone
Kane, what are we
as a
dealing
baby
with here?
and dumb
NRC
got too
forces are
big.
converging across the city. They're converging on key checkpoints around the
Just an
station.
orphan.
It's an all-out assault.
Oh.
I honestly thought I was hallucinating.
Let's take it to him.
There was a full-grown cheetah sitting in my driver's seat. I should have run away. He didn't want to hunt. He just wanted to...
Oh, we got along. Someone is.
What's the plan?
This is my friend who's an atheist. Yeah, I don't believe in God. So I'm challenging him to go to a bunch of different Christian churches, and we're gonna see what happens. First stop was a Lutheran
first launch the service last.
Gosh,
What?
what are you doing?
Nothing.
Why are you in the dark?
Because my lights are off. Dim wide. Look with your eyes, Dot. I don't have the lights on.
Bro, what do I always have to tell you? What happens in the dark?
No.
What happens in the dark?
Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense. Also, are you playing games?
No, actually not. No. I'm not playing any games. Call of Duty Black Ops 3. How's that gay?
Isn't Black Ops sold out?
Well, do you not even know what Call of Duty is? You're supposed to shoot people. Like hello? Gang, does the bro not know what Call of Duty is? Call of Duty Black Ops 3 is one of my favorite games of Black Ops. Call of Duty Black Ops 3 is my favorite. Black Ops 3, I never played 2 before, but 3 is my favorite.
Kane, patch us into Egyptian Army Command.
Playing the campaign right now. Never played it before.
That's gay.
Request all emergency defense unit move to reinforced position.
Copy that. But we'll need VTOL transport if we're going to get the trucks to the checkpoint in time.
Alright.
Confirmed. VTOL support inbound.
Also, yeah.
What, your mic's lagging?
I actually do. Just
What? Gang, why are you getting to his cousin?
She's hot.
Shouldn't be gooning to someone.
We have to hurry!
Like he's like actually going to. Yeah.
I think he would just call you weird.
Hey. Also, I being a good little boy for me.
My friend's a pedophile.
He being a good why don't you meow for me?
Okay, no, hold on. I just know you're gay. You just know you're gay.
Meow for me. Meow. Right now.
Gang, you're not threatening. Gangs, bro, not threatening anyone. Bro's not threatening.
Meow for me. Come on, meow. I know you like to meow and bark.
Oh, heck.
Don't make me feel dull like that.
I'm not dating anyone, gang.
There you are. Also, why was Bella sister?
Get in! Key strategic positions, including the old metro tunnels beneath the checkpoint, are rigged to blow. Detonation is our last resort.
We're not here to fight your war, Lieutenant. We just want our prisoner.
If we lose the eastern checkpoint, you won't have a prisoner.
Rats! What was your plan, Boy Scout?
The spike launchers were used to demolish buildings. We planned to use them to weaken the tunnel supports. But that big wall dropped before we could get the trucks into position.
Well, for once, I say stick to plan A.
I want men in position, now! Get men on that wall laying down suppressing fire! Keep on them! Don't give them a chance to breathe! Move, move, move!
Kane, search the city archives and give me the locations of those support columns.
got to give me time. Key systems are down. I'm doing this by eye.
We don't have time.
Okay, I've located the southbound tunnel supports.
Target confirmed. Hit it, I'll cover you. Right in the ground.
'Detonation confirmed.
Two more in the north line, sending your way.
Copy that. Hendricks, cover me.
You're good, go!
Detonation confirmed.
Two more in the north line, sending your way.
Copy that. Hendricks, cover me.
You're good, go! Spike set! Pull it now!
Last two.
Nazi reinforcements 5 minutes out.
Last two.
Nazi reinforcements 5 minutes out.
Last two.
Spike on target!
One more. This is it. Last one.
NRC reinforcements inbound. ETA 1 minute. What? Get up there now! I'll cover you!
There's a problem.
What now?
I got it.
Detonate now!
Thank you. I will not forget this.
You're welcome. Can we get back to our prisoner now?
We need reinforcements to Sophia Square.
I guess not.
has broken through.
Abdin Palace. They're looking for another way into Ramses.
Secure the area, Lieutenant. We'll rendezvous at the square.
Understood.
Kane, it feels a lot like they're trying to keep us away from the station. Why would that be?
Wait, I think...
Ambush! We have a breach at the Ramses station!
Kane, are you okay?
It was Taylor. They took Dr. Salim.
Kane, how did Taylor find Salim? How did he know we had him? There's something you're not telling us?
She's telling the truth, Hendricks.
Taylor, is that you? I don't know what's going on.
You know. You know everything. You just don't know it yet.
Kane, can you run us this?
Not from here. I'm falling back to the safe house. still pretty fritzy. We've got to find a path through.
Kane, we got a friendly down ahead.
Scanning for life signs.
That's life sign enough for me. Moving in.
Hey, give me a hand with this.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Hey, anyone else alive in there? Friendly's coming in.
Watch your step in there. This bucket's hanging by a thread.
Hold fire! Friendly. Winslow Accord.
Help me, please.
Rats. Listen, I'm gonna try and move.
Get out of there!
Pilot didn't make it.
No kidding. Come on, we gotta move.
Get out of there! Find some cover!
They're getting through!
Matrix, you